celebs, welcome to the Rough Kut here on Urbanish TV. I'm your host, singer, songwriter, producer, and CEO of London Records, Chanel B. And today we have a wonderful show for you guys. We got our special celebrity guest. He is a hip hop artist. He is a trendsetter, producer. He wear a lot of hats, just put it that way. But this is Yung L.A, guys. Yeah. Welcome, Yung L.A. Thank you for coming.
Having me. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Yep.
So here at the Rough Kut, we shed a positive light on celebrities, giving a heads up to up and coming entrepreneurs, artists, whatever they're trying to be, and we basically dig into your life, let you come here, be yourself, double cup it up.
Double cup it up.
You had a good meal.
Shout out to the gang squad, gang in the building. But no, I like it. I like the vibe.
Thank you.
We on that type of time. You see what I'm saying?
So we want to make sure we give an insight to those who are trying to go where you've been, and we know you've had a lot of adversity. We know you've had a lot of positive things going your way. So we just want to know more about you and have fun. Is that okay?
Yes, it's all good.
So first of all, we're gonna play a game.
Okay.
You ready to play this game? So the thing is, you're gonna be stuck on an elevator with one person. I'm gonna call out two people. You have to tell me who you would be stuck on the elevator with and what your conversation would consist of. Okay?
Okay. I gotta close my eye?
No! first set, let's see. We're gonna do KRS-One or Bun B. Is that hard? I'm sorry.
I'll probably be stuck with KRS-One.
KRS-One, why?
Just his whole approach. And the stuff that he spoke about and like the messages back then at that time, some of the things like that you really touched on, like you seen come to pass, or these was relevant things and relevant issues, and relevant issues not only at that time but relevant issues still to this day. So I just be like, I would want to ask him what aim and where does he get his inspiration from as far as just to stay in that bag, because he always made like positive type music.
Right.
It was kind of uplifting, you know what I'm saying? It was black empowerment for me, you know what I'm saying? KRS-One, so I would just want to know like what kept him in that bag, and like, like dang bro, what is a day with you like?
Right. That would be
very interesting. Is it politically correct, or is it like, are you just, the same MC, because you have artists and their artistry and their individuality are two different things, you know what I'm saying? Because you got people who know how to go into character real good, turn it on and turn it off. So my question would be, is this you all day or just in the booth when it comes to the music?
Second set, I gotta think. Ice Cube or Big Boy?
Man. That's a crazy one. I gotta make a choice. Me being an Atlanta native, I go with Big Boy.
Okay.
But I mean Cube. I would go with Big Boy. And I guess our conversation would be, I'm kind of like a kid from the inner city. Like when they first came out, I heard them speak a lot about East Point and where they were from. How was it different with them breaking into the game? Being from the inner city of Atlanta, East Point, how was it then into the time when I broke into it?
Right.
Because I'm from the inner city too, I'm from Zone 3, you know what I'm saying? That's not too far from East Point. And I kind of feel like I came in the game the same way they came in.
Right.
Young, new, you know what I'm saying, innovative. And I feel like that would be a great conversation for us to have, me and Big Boy, because I feel like I see traits in my approach as I seen in the Outkast approach, as far as being trendy, fashion, just being different, being outside the box. So
that would be dope.
Yeah,
that would be a good conversation. That was a good game. That was a good game. Yeah, shout out to Big Boy. Definitely.
Shout out to Q too, man.
Definitely. So it's so much going on in our country today. Of course, not only are we facing the pandemic, but we are also protesting on Black Lives Matter.
Right.
So what is your stance on African Americans' police brutality? I know we had like a big conversation about it before the show as well. Because I know it's just so much stuff happening.
It's just, it's a sad thing. We are pushing for equality. Me personally, just my individual, I don't really see color. I don't see. That's not how I judge a person or how I see a person. So I look for the person. You know what I'm saying? What kind of individual it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I try to find good things in all individuals. Like you say, you're pushing for equality, and I feel like every man is equal. Unless you're born, less fortunate or something. You don't have a foot or something on arm. Where it's a little bit more difficult for you to go out there. So every man, I feel like have a chance to get up. I'm a African American, you Caucasian. You wake up the same way I wake up in the morning, go about your day. So I mean, every man I feel like it's equal. So to see the police brutality and to see, the effect that it has in our community, it's sad, that, like you say right now, even today, fighting this same fight, we've been fighting. We've been fighting.
Right.
It's sad.
Has the pandemic affected you in any way? Has it affected your work? Like I know you guys are doing some recording studio type stuff where you guys are kind of traveling for independent artists. Is it affecting your work along those lines?
I mean, it's shifting and altering in every situation. You gotta be able to adapt.
Right.
But the pandemic for me, I think it's been good. I mean, I'm not saying that, with everything crashing, I'm not saying we don't want to be economically, empowered and up, but this gave you a chance to really sit down. And I think we just all need to sit down as a people. I think we push the gas, all day, every day, trying to be great, being a mother, being a father, being an auntie, being a grandmother, all these things. And when the pandemic hit, it just changed the temperature of everything. So stuff that we took for granted, or stuff that we tried to put off and do to next year and stuff, now we paying attention to details.
Yeah.
And when you pay attention to details, I think it's gonna be some great stories that come out of this. A lot of people gonna learn about themselves.
Right.
How creative are you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Can you adapt?
Right.
But that's big in any field you in. You got to be able to adapt.
Right.
So I just think that we needed rest on not just our spirit, but sometimes it's just like
catch up.
Yeah, just sit down.
Yeah.
Because we move so much. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot that we can accomplish or do on our checklist. We constantly moving, so a lot of things don't get checked off. So for all the things that you haven't checked off or been putting down, you got time to get at it, whether it's business or thinking about ideas or thinking about new franchises, whatever, to diverse yourself. Because as we see in this time, we have to be diverse. You got to have more than one hustle.
Because it's bringing out a lot of entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
I see so many people with businesses starting up, selling stuff.
This was perfect for
perfect
me.
Time.
So if you pay attention to detail, this would have to be a great time for you. It's definitely been a great time for me. Able to just, like I say, slow down, more time at the house with the kids, with the family, loved ones, all the things that matter. So, we're gonna get it right, man. Hopefully that we try to find a way to come up with a way to try to slow this down and try to bring it to an end.
So now we're gonna get into a little bit more of our special guest. So in 2008, you were signed to T.I.'s Grand Hustle Records. How did that come about, and how was that experience for you?
Great experience, everything that came out of that situation, me being able to brand myself as an individual, being able to work alongside professionals like the T.I.s, the Young L.A, the Killer Mikes, the 8 Ball MJGs, the B.O.B.s. I mean, all these incredible caliber people. And I learned a lot, you know what I'm saying? You dealing with a guy coming straight from the streets to the industry and trying to make the transition. And I think I was around great professionals, you know what I'm saying, to do that around. T.I. himself, Dro, I mean, all these guys had great qualities about themselves that I kind of just spun, you know what I'm saying? I think how that situation came about is, I mean, I had a mixtape out. That's how like that whole Grand Hustle thing started. And it started with Zaytoven, a known producer in Atlanta, the GOAT of Atlanta, if you're talking producer or if you're talking like longevity or how to, you know, just like I said, and adapt to the times and the sound. You got to point to Zay. And I was privileged at like 17, 18.
My community I'm serving, though they hope I don't succeed. Hear me speak, they so intrigued. Ain't he snitching? No, indeed. You come with that common flow, your show I have to commandeer. Since I see you can't take over, I'll just have to volunteer. Hey, ain't I your superior? Listen here, bro, you not a peer. I'm so zone once it ain't funny. Twice the G that I appear. Rep ain't here so loud and clear. Gon' be gone for about a year, so paper trail you gotta hear. But ain't I out of here? Hey. Ain't I putting on? Ain't I rocking yays? Ain't my money long? Ain't I in the bill? Ain't I on the hill? Ain't I on the bill? Ain't I real?
You always imagine yourself as a rapper?
No, I wanted to play sports.
Oh, you wanted to play
Yeah, I wanted to play sports because my Uncle James, shout out to Willie Pitts. My Uncle James, he coached for Clark Atlanta University. He played for Clark Atlanta University. He had like all the records as far as the punt return record, interception records as a cornerback. He went semi-pro, but to make a long story short, you know, following in his footsteps, you know what I'm saying? I had a lot of respect for my Uncle James, you know what I'm saying? And so I wanted to play sports. I played football and I played basketball.
Oh,
yeah.
You was good?
Yeah, I was good. I started.
Oh, okay. You was a starter.
Yeah,
was you a captain?
No, I wasn't a captain. I played 2 in middle school. I wore the number 15 for Stone Mountain Pirates. I played for that football team also. MLK, played for their high school.
Little L.A.
Yeah, you know, they called me headache. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So how was life for you around the time one of your biggest singles, Ain't I, featuring T.I. and Young Dro, hit the charts and it did huge numbers, even making it on the Billboard Top 100 at number 47, as well going platinum.
Yeah.
How was that life around that time for you?
It was, everything learning curve, like I'm having fun and growing, you know what I'm saying? I'm being a kid, you know. I think at that time people really forgot how, you know, you was coming in being a kid, you know what I'm saying? So doing all the things that, you know, a youngin' gonna do, you know what I'm saying? New, coming from not having nothing, you know what I'm saying? Hustling, you know, probably for a pair of shoes in the neighborhood, but to, you know, now coming into a lifestyle was very different. You got to be able to make the transition. So what I mean is, like, if I've been in the neighborhood for 17 years and I done built these bad habits that I got as a person, you know, just from being around the way, you know what I'm saying? This is what we know. Yeah. And you know, it's if you're not able to get into, once you make that transition, if you're not able to shake some of those habits, shake some of those ways, it'll kind of bleed over into that, and it can make a mess. And I think, like, in a lot of my situations, I think that's what happened. I was just used to being just the neighborhood L.A. I mean, L.A. from Thomasville is on 3. Now, I know that I am going up in my craft, but it's still so early on. We talk about it's my first single. But things move so fast for me, like, you know, just from me being more than music. Me being how I wore my hair, from being setting trends. It's like I came with a culture with me. So it was like my impact was heavy real fast. Like,
because that even took you overseas.
Yeah,
You know, being that young and growing up from zone 3, like you said, not having a lot. What does that do for a young, I'm going to say in this case, a young black male? Like going overseas and like getting that attention, that level of love that they have. I'm pretty sure you go over there, they probably turned up more the better than the Americans, though.
But it just showed me really it's endless capabilities and it's endless possibilities to like. I mean, it just opened my eyes. Like it's so much in the world, you know. Doing the right thing, being successful, and getting to the next level is like, man, you know, these things can really happen, and you know how you did it. You know, by putting in a lot of hard work, making a lot of sacrifices, sacrificing my time, sometimes sacrificing time with loved ones. You know, sometimes at important events, I gotta be it, but I gotta do this over that, and people can't see it at that point. But I think for real, like that's what it was with me, just being able to see it from that kind of standpoint.
Right.
Like this is what hard work brings. So it just let me know, like, I mean, for me, it made me hungrier. It let me, it made me intense. Like I'm here. Like, okay, like this for real. You know what I'm saying? So. Definitely, man, seeing different cultures and different experiences, it definitely broadens your horizon.
Right.
As a writer, as a man, as an artist, you know.
And for those of you who don't know, he's a trendsetter, and I say that because he was doing all the stuff that a lot of people are doing now, and he was already doing it back then in 2008, and probably even before then. I'm talking about from the Mohawks. Or crazy Mohawks,
black boy,
to
white
like
boy.
The black boy, white boy, to the skinny jeans and holes and like all that stuff. Like, how does that make you feel that now it's out, but back then you were getting like negative feedback? Like when I researched it, oh gosh.
Yes, they didn't.
Like now it's like punching in the face, like look where we at. Now y'all doing it.
Yes, for real.
So how does that make you feel?
That really keeps me going.
Yeah.
Because even through like adversities and going through life and everything, it's like once I kind of like, all right, let's go again. Right. You done went through this, you done did this, you done bumped your head, you got all this time to go. And then when I come back and look at the game, because you got to analyze your competition, it's like, dang, it's like, okay, this sound still in.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what they doing. Like, it's just like almost a perfect opportunity. It's like just get back up and just do LA.
Yeah.
Like, cause if you come back and do LA, you'll be doing really this. You are the trend still.
Yeah.
So all you gotta do is just come back out and
you were a pioneer that started.
And it's kind of scary and it's a blessing too. But it's like, man, like it's almost like the game waited on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm just being LA. I'm being the same person I was from day one. It's still skinny jeans. I don't know if I can see my attire. But these jeans real skinny.
With his bulletproof jacket.
I got it on. It's black boy, white boy. I'm just true to me. This is what I do.
Right.
All my clothes still tight. I mean, now it's like everybody wearing their clothes like that, but it's like it's crazy when I went European style. Like how people it was crazy. Like, people was like, actually, like, why did he got on this little shirt?
Right.
Or like, why? Like they couldn't understand it.
Like Yung L.A. is shopping at Baby Gap.
But I came after an era in music that was kind of like a trap era. I came right after. The T.I. eras and the Gucci Manes and the Jeezys, with the baggy, bigger look. So when I, you got to be confident enough to put it on anyway.
Yes.
So, I put it on and I popped it and I dropped it. You see what I'm saying? But, confident enough to do it, just to see the similarities still here today.
Yeah.
It speaks volumes of my timeless trends, just the sound being timeless and me just being a timeless artist.
That's all it's about, being timeless. That's what we're trying to do. So later on, after the A9, you were signed with Grand Hustle. You then signed with Interscope Records, right? So then from that label, you released your second single, Futuristic Love, right? So featuring my good friend Rico Barrino, shout out to him.
Shout out to my boy.
How did that single compare to A9? And as in, did it not do as well as A9, or because I know it still topped the charts.
Mm-hmm.
It still hit the charts.
Well, it's a gold single.
Yeah.
But I think with that single, when I went to Interscope, to me, if I have to scale it, Futuristic Love is like my biggest record.
Okay.
When I perform it, I mean, Ain't I is like, we know that's like a smash, but Futuristic Love to me had the potential to be bigger than Ain't I, and because it was a record catered to women. And
Okay.
you know, when you make records catered to women and like the female fan base,
Right.
and it's kind of, you know, it's not kind of all too derogatory, but it's a good match, like it's a feel good.
Right.
I feel like those are the biggest records because I
Yes.
feel like a woman and female, those are big consumers. Like they make up a big percentage of consumers.
Right.
So when you make girl records and they get, those are always the bigger records. And so Futuristic Love was a big record. It had Rico Perino on there. I mean, he come from a talented family.
Right.
A singer. And I feel like it should have been bigger than Ain't I, but I don't know if y'all can date back. Around that time when Futuristic Love dropped, we was going through something in like with the government, almost like now, where all of the labels like cut over like half of their staff. It was just like Interscope, it was like Atlantic, it was like Universal. This is something that I can't control. These are things that things happen, and it's not gonna always go how you plan, or it's not gonna always go how you think it's gonna go.
Right.
You know, but you gotta be able to count it. But once everybody got fired, like everybody who got fired was working my album and working my project. So just imagine that, like these all of the people who were working my project, my single,
Push it to get it.
like they all got fired. Like they just happened to be the people who got fired that working my project. And it's like you gotta bite that bullet. There's nothing I can do around. And then at that time when we were going for radio ads with Futuristic Love, Michael Jackson passed. You know, if you go for ads to radio, you try to go for ads and your record gets added, and this is how it starts to grow. Well, you can't go for ads. Michael Jackson just died. Everything on the radio is Michael Jackson.
Right.
So at the time, pushing a new single that was different. It was two hurdles. You know what I'm saying? Those are the two hurdles that I felt kind of stagnated Futuristic Love. But it's still one of my favorite records. The women still love it. It still made a lot of money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It still did what it was supposed to do. And hey, y'all might be getting another dose or something with me and Rico Perino.
Good. Shout out to Rico.
Yep.
And then
She gon' eat the dick in her bag. I'ma run on wrestle like a track. I'ma get no rap. Percocet, twin like a athlete. Nene India, I just OD. Cartier's on, I can read. Okay. OD. Wanna see me fight, nigga, I'm OD. She eat dick or touch OD. I'm pour 2 cup, then OD. I'm go up, boy, I'm OD. Put the phone out, hit the gas OD. Got a little long watch, I OD. I'm go big, nigga, I'm OD. I'm the rest spitting on it, I'm OD. CC OD, this shit OD. Got a long OD.
so just a few more before we head out of here. Do you prefer mixtape? Because I know you have a million mixtapes. Mixtape, album, or single? What's the importance of these to you? How do you go about releasing?
I like mixtapes because I came from the mixtape era, but it's like a mixtape era. Now it's no mixtapes. Everything is called an EP. Because you can put everything out. Yeah, because it's like, and it made sense. Hey, why keep putting out free music when you can kind of, get traction off of all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the new way you take a mixtape because it's still considered mixtape music, but you promote it in an EP fashion or an album fashion. And I think mixtape for me because I just came from that era. So speaking of that, Black Boy White Boy 2030 is on the way.
Yes.
Everything's I just dropped I Told You. Got something that got like working. So.
And you and Zay just did a song in January, came out January 30th, I think it dropped, right?
I got it.
And then you did some visuals and stuff. So also tell us where we can find you, like your Instagram. Tell us what's going on. What's next for Yung L.A?
Everything gets like the sky's the limit. Fashion. I'm talking about like everything. Like I want to model. Like I just want to do it. Yeah, I'm doing like we got a lot of stuff going on, especially with modeling stuff. Especially like I say with fashion, as far as like starting our new fashion that we're going to be pushing. Trying to do it all, like mobile. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's already what I am.
Right.
I've accepted the term legends in Atlanta. I'm embracing it.
Iconic legend.
Iconic. It's up. Y'all know what it is.
If you go to his Instagram, he just put a nice outfit on there that he had on last night. Pink boots out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
So, you got
Pink make you blink. Yes, sir. See what I'm telling you?
So, tell us your IG.
Y'all can follow my Instagram, which is Yung L.A _YUNG_LA_. Y'all follow me, I follow back, I comment, I do all that. I'm active, so y'all come rock with me. Yung L.A_. Let's go.
Yes. So, we really appreciate you for coming by the Rough Kut LA. I had fun with you. We gotta take this shot.
Okay.
Or we might take it on. We'll take it now. Let's do it.
Okay.
To
Black
success
excellence.
and black excellence.
Success and black excellence.
So y'all heard it here first. He signed with Zaytoven and them. We gonna get this music going. We got some big things coming from Yung L.A. Make sure you go follow him on all social media platforms. Thank you for tuning in to the Rough Kut here on Urbanist TV. I'm your host, Chanel B. Go follow us everywhere. So yes, go follow us. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Rough Kut.